I think it's working.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to walk back there and show them what we're doing. I'm going to start there first, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. All right, here we go. We're going to go back here to the sewer drain. And I know one thing. I do not want to have to tote that thing around anymore running down to the dump station. So let me show you what we've come up with here. We still have a little bit more fine-tuning to do, but this is getting us started, so we'll show you what we got going on here. First, let me point out what I did right there. This is a 12-volt outlet, and this is like a ZAMP SAE style solar panel inlet, and you can get them from Amazon. This one has number 10 leads. I wanted it to have number 10 leads because of the power we're pulling through it. But anyway, this is hot all the time. It's a 12-volt outlet right here that I can plug into. And then what I did, I took an end and you know, connected it to these wires, which go down to this pump right here that I got from Harbor Freight for $54. This is a 12-volt transfer pump, and it flats it gets with the program. Now my sewer line, the way I've got it plumbed, let me get down here where I can show you. I've got it on a ball valve right there, and it reduces down to 3/4 of an inch. Now remember, we have a composting toilet, so all we have is gray water pretty much. So I've got a garden hose connection on that, so I simply screwed a short run of garden hose onto that, came out and screwed into the inlet on this 12-volt pump from Harbor Freight, which also is made for a garden hose connection right there. And then of course screwed the other end onto here, and let's walk right on up here and we'll show you what we did. Yeah, for last week or so, or longer than that, I've been toting that little Blue Boy tank up here, and it's been kind of hard to pull around.
With the rain, and this is on a slope, it was a little fun.
Yeah. But anyway, this hose comes up right here, and it goes in. I'm going to sit down here. And it goes in right here and enters our tank right there. Now, this is a 42-gallon tank. We got it at Amazon. You can get them in all different configurations, all different sizes. And most of these tanks that you get from Amazon are laid out in such a way where you can stand them up like this, or you can lay them flat. They come with two 1.5-inch threaded inlets, and they'll be on opposite corners. Like they're right there, that is a 1.5-inch threaded inlet. And then here's the other 1.5-inch threaded inlet here. Then you have a 1/2 inch up here and a 1/2 inch down there, and all these are threaded. So what we did to make this work, this one up here, I just happened to have that 1/2 inch valve, so I went ahead and put it there to use as a vent, so I can close it off pretty easily. But we'll start with these fittings right up here. Now what you see right there, that is a 1.5-inch PVC male adapter, and then inside that 1.5-inch PVC male adapter is a 1.5-inch by 3/4 inch bushing, and the 3/4 inch part is threaded, and it's kind of hard to see, but what I also did is I had a 2-inch threaded nipple that I screwed in there, and then I was able to screw this 3/4 inch ball valve onto that. Now on the other end of the ball valve, right here, right there, you can get these fittings at Lowe's. They're a brass fitting where they're regular threaded male on one end, and on the other end they are male garden hose threaded, and it simply screws right into the other end of that ball valve. Now keep in mind, this ball valve is not a slip fit type ball valve. It is one that is threaded on the inside with female threads, 3/4 inch. And then of course all we have to do is screw the garden hose onto it, and we're in business. And of course you have to have a female end on the garden hose to do that. So I had to put female ends on both ends of this garden hose to make this work. Now down here at the bottom, this is another 1.5-inch male adapter. And then I have a short piece of 1.5-inch PVC pipe Then I had another 1.5" male adapter that and the reason why I wanted to get this 1.5" ball valve in a slip fit, but all they had in stock were ones that were threaded on the inside. So what that meant was I had to get another 1.5" male adapter here and another 1.5" male adapter here. And so I could, you know, screw it together and then use a little bit of 1.5" PVC pipe. Now here's where it gets kind of fancy. This particular fitting right here, this is a 1.5" to 3" for RV sewer pipe, and this is an ABS fitting. And I got that on Amazon, and I think it's made by Valterra. And you're probably seeing a photo of it right now, so write down the part number. And then this here is also made by Valterra, and it's 3" as well. And I got that at Amazon, and this is what they call the lug fitting right here. You can get the fittings that are spade, and then the other ones that are lug fitting. And this is the lug fitting that the sewer hose, you know, latches onto right here. Those of you that have been RVing for a while know exactly what I'm talking about when you're dealing with your sewer. Now, in order to connect these two together, I had to use a short piece of 3" PVC that slipped inside this collar, and then it was cut long enough where it made it about halfway down to this 3" coupling. But this piece over here, it slips right inside the coupling. So basically what you need to do this, you need a total, if you were going to do it exactly like this, you would need 4 1.5" male adapters. You would need 1 1.5" by 3/4" bushing for up there. You would need, about 2 feet of, well, depending on how long you want to make your drain line coming off of there. But I used, I got a piece that was 2 feet long of 1.5" PVC, but I still got some left. And let's see. And you need a 3" PVC coupling right there. You need that 3" PVC coupling. Then of course you need this lug fitting here and this reducer fitting here that are made by Valterra right there. Then and of course a 1.5" ball valve. I could have got a regular gate valve, but they were more expensive. Plus with a gate valve, you know, I'd have to rig it up where the handle lifted up and down like this. And there's other things that I want to be able to carry in here as well, and I could see where that would be getting in the way from time to time. So that's the way I did it. Is it clear as mud, dear?
You're just a plumbing engineer.
Well, we haven't finished filling up the tank yet.
Nope.
We did test it, and you can see there's a little bit in there.
We test it for leaks.
Yeah.
Because we don't want leaking gray water.
Well, I just want to make sure it worked before I started filming and saying,
well,
hey,
that too.
Look what I did. Oops, it doesn't work.
Whoops.
And we still haven't went up to the dump station yet to drain it.
Nope, that'll be further along here.
Right, in a little bit we're going to be doing that. Now there's one thing I figured out already that I had not thought of before, and we will have to figure out a way to handle it. For one thing, I'm going to mount some kind of a hook or something here that'll take the strain off of that fitting over there, you know, where the hose can lay here when I'm filling it. The next thing I'm wondering about how we're going to do, and we'll figure something out, but when we do get the tank full and it's time to shut the pump off, because we're pumping uphill, we're going to have a little bit of gray water in this hose. So that's still something we have to tackle, and we may not be able to show you how we did it this time, but now that's the next thing that I can start concentrating on. But we'll figure out a way to handle that, won't we, dear?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's just all part of it.
It's all part of it.
So yeah, but what we're going to do now, I'm going to walk back over and turn on the pump.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll show them how it, and that pump flat gets with the program.
Yes,
too.
it filled up that,
Yeah.
what, 4 inches pretty quick.
Oh, that's more like 6 inches or so, babe.
I
right
may
there.
have to get a tape measure.
Trust me. That's actually, oh, here we go. She's got to get the tape measure now. We've had this discussion for years. Now make sure you measure, yeah, right from there, not from the floor. Okay.
5.5.
Okay. See?
All right, you were right.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go there.
No, I wouldn't.
Anyway, no, but
Wouldn't even go there.
let's go over and turn the pump on, see what happens.
All right.
All right. Let's go back over here and throw the switch. Oh, it's the only thing about when you're camping in the Ozarks, no such thing as a level ground. Okay, and here's the switch. There it goes. And it's just a pumping away. Let's walk back up over here. Yeah, it's getting with it, isn't it?
Yep.
You didn't say anything while I was gone. I forgot you had a hot mic.
Nope, I didn't
Did
do
you?
that.
Okay, this time.
Kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, that last live we did, you didn't realize that you had a hot
No.
mic when you walked over to the car. Now
Yeah.
they're going to have to go back and watch that live to see what, watch what happened there. Anyway, but it's pumping away. And with these pumps from Harbor Freight, you also get they give you an extra impeller, which, this is the second one I've had. I ended up giving the other one away when I thought I didn't need it anymore. So, and I couldn't be an Indian giver and ask for it back.
Well, no, I'm sure he's using it for some other purpose.
Yeah. But I'd forgotten that they give you an extra impeller with that.
Now I just got to figure out what place to store it.
Well, I think it's going to fit right in here. We'll figure out, right in this area. It needs to be back here close. And I need to figure out a way to roll this hose up nice and neat, if this hose will roll up nice and neat.
That's why I was going to put a bucket there.
Yeah.
I was going to put a 5-gallon bucket right there,
And
and
that's a
then
good
the
idea.
hose would go in there, and then the slinky, the parts that leak water would go in there for when
Yeah.
we're traveling.
Okay, well.
That's my
we'll-
thinking.
We'll see if we can make that work.
We'll see.
We'll experiment with it.
Because this I can take out and wash out
This is true.
if it gets,
This is true.
smelly water in it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Gray water stinks worse than
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been using Pine Sol to help keep our tank,
Right.
because I read that it was really good as a neutralizer, and it has made a huge improvement.
Yeah. Been pouring Pine Sol through the sink drain.
Through the sink drain, I do dishes once a day, so after I get my dishes done, I let my dishwater go down, and then I pour, half a cup of Pine Sol in it every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hurt, might help, and it seems to have helped.
I want you to look at how quick that pump is filling up that tank. It's flat getting with the program there. We've had the camera on the whole time, and I guess that's the way we're going to leave it, just so folks can see how well that thing
Must
does.
use a lot of water.
Shh. Don't tell anybody. Well, we haven't dumped this in a few days. I mean, we dumped it kind of, sort of, but we didn't completely empty it each time we dumped it. And I don't know that we would, because it's a 65-gallon tank.
Right.
And
Well, this pump can't run dry, so,
Right.
if we can
Well-
drain off 42 gallon or close to that, it won't drain at all, because,
Right.
we got to stop it
Right.
up so far.
yeah.
So if it will drain 40 gallon off of my 65 gallon, I've got enough room in there to take showers, do dishes,
Oh, yeah.
without worrying about it.
Yeah. We do try to conserve, but we're not super conservative
No.
on water. There's probably could come a time when we would have to be
Well,
much
yeah, that's
more
a whole different story.
aware of our water usage. But when we're at Corps of Engineer campgrounds, we don't let that worry us too much. And this is one reason why we have all this set up the way we do.
Exactly.
And you can still hear it running, so I know the pump hasn't run dry. And if we notice that we don't hear any more water, if it's pumped it dry, which,
Yeah,
no, it's still going. I was
the
about ready
wind
to run
blew.
over there. Right
The
quick. I
wind
know.
came up. There. I think it's getting slower.
It's still pumping though.
Is it?
Yeah. You can hear it. It's still pumping. But we're still not going to let it get above
Well, no, we
that
can't.
inlet right there.
No.
But look how quick that's going. Now the real cool thing is going to, when we see how quick it drains when we get over to the,
Yes.
yeah.
I bet it drains real fast, because
Yeah.
that's,
Well, I'm going to head over there and you yell at me when to stop, because I want to stop it when it gets to the base of that fitting anyway.
okay.
All right.
All right.
So let me run over here, and she's going to yell at me. And of course, you'll be able to hear her yell at me because her mic's still hot.
It's close enough. Turn it off.
Okay. In fact, the pump started sounding like it was running dry, so I think we've got this down pretty far.
Good.
All right, we're going to unhook all this stuff, and then we're going to run over to the pump station. Going to run over to the dump station, and we'll see how it works over there. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, give us just a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, here we are at the dump station.
Woo, our favorite
We've
job.
got it, got everything all hooked up. You can see that we've got the 3-inch sewer hose hooked up, and it's headed right down to the to the hole. First, what we're going to do, we're going to open up the vent here. And just for grins, to make it vent even better, we'll go ahead and open that one. And this is the first time they're seeing it just as we see it.
Exactly.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Here we go. There it goes. I like it, Mommy. Boy, it's draining fast too. Look at that. It's already drained half down.
Cool.
Now the next thing we're concerned about, which we'll have to address, the back of the van sits up just a little higher than the front. So there'll probably always be, well, it looks like a lot of it went out. There's maybe 1.5 inches of it in the bottom. And it's still, I can still hear it draining in there.
Well, we talked about lowering the airbags on the back of the van.
Yeah,
Might
that's the
drop
next
it.
thing we'll try before because we can just let the air out of the airbags, and that'll drop it down quite a bit. I can still hear it a little bit draining off there. There, it finally quit. All right.
All right.
All right.
This
Well,
project was a success as far as I'm concerned.
well, still got a little bit of fine tuning to do, and we know that.
Yes.
Yeah, can't stress that enough. We know there's some fine tuning we still have to do, but for the first time out, pretty good. By the way, when we unhooked the hose that was running up to the inlet when we were filling it, when we unhooked it, there was a little bit in there, but not near as much as I expected. So we're going to figure out a way to handle that. We might put some valves on the hoses, or maybe get some caps we can put on each end or something like that. Because we live full time, and very few Corps of Engineer campgrounds have sewer at the site.
Right.
So this will be used often.
Yes.
About every third or fourth day.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like the hose is going to set and ferment.
No.
Or anything like that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and button everything up, roll up the hoses, and I guess we'll see you on the next one. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. We're not camping.
We're living.
Y'all get out there and do some living, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye.